Welcome to American Medicine Today, presented by the Bonati Spine Institute, featuring the internationally acclaimed inventor of the Bonati spine procedures, Alfred Bonati, MD. Now here along with Dr. Bonati, your host, Kimberly Brummel.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for American Medicine Today. I'm Kimberly Brummel. We are joined by our executive producer, Ethan Euchre.
Glad to be back. It's always a pleasure.
Yes. Yeah. And we have world-renowned orthopedic surgeon, Dr. Alfred Bonati of the Bonati Spine Institute here. Thank you for being here, sir.
Hello.
Well, every week we're constantly telling people about the difference between the Bonati spine procedures and what's known as minimally invasive laser spine surgery. Not all spine surgeries are the same. It was Dr. Bonati and his contribution to medicine that sets his exclusive patented procedure worlds apart from anything else on the market. They have over 94% patient satisfaction, and actually a recent 7.5-year study shows that patients are reflecting more than 98.75% patient satisfaction after receiving these procedures. I mean, that's pretty much unheard of in any industry, let alone spine surgery.
Well, think about weather guys, and how often they're wrong, and they still get to keep their job. Yeah, Dr. Bonati is almost impeccable with his patient satisfaction. And,
Can I keep my job?
You have to, because you've been helping so many people.
Absolutely.
You started off with traditional back surgery, and you saw how it was ineffective. We've given the stats before, where if you suffered from needing a fusion, a one-level fusion, you had 65% failure with traditional open spine surgery. If you needed 2 or more, that went all the way up to near 85% failure
rate.
Failure.
That's ridiculous.
And you're being slit down the front, slit down the back. And most of the doctors that were telling these patients that they went through that, they weren't really going to have much more range of motion than they were already having.
Yeah, it was basically, is my pain going to be gone? Well, not really, but let's do the procedure anyways.
Exactly. And some are being told that they can't be helped at all, and there's no options. We had a lady on a couple weeks ago, 25-year-old, was in a bad car accident. They wouldn't even tell her an invasive procedure would help. She suffered for 4 years. A physical therapist knew about Dr. Bonati, sent her here, and everything those doctors told her would never happen, going back to work, driving, having kids, she did them all, and she has 2 gorgeous children, and she's going to be running a marathon later this year. So
unbelievable.
This isn't just us promoting the Bonati Institute. This is true, factual stuff that we have going on here.
Well, a great example was last week's Back to Life segment with Steve Yancey, where he was in pain for 20 years, suffered in pain for 20 years. Doctors told him, there's nothing wrong with your back. You're fine. Essentially, it's all in your head. And then he said, no, I'm in pain. But he waited 20 years in pain, finally decided to look up Dr. Bonati, came down to Florida.
Because the meds they had him on no longer worked.
Right.
So there is help out there, and that help is the Bonati Spine Institute. Later on today's show, we have Dr. Jason Stybeck in studio to discuss TMS therapy and how it's helping those with mild to severe depression. And then we're going to hear about what's new in American medicine today. But up first, in our Back to Life segment.
In today's Back to Life segment, we will talk to a patient of the Bonati Spine Institute who went from living a life that was restricted by pain and discomfort through their journey of finding the Bonati Spine Institute and are now living pain-free.
Well, I'm proud to introduce to you Jay Cruz. He is on the line. And what was it, north of Atlanta? You're calling from Georgia? Mr. Cruz?
North Atlanta.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you for being here. And why don't you tell us how you came to be in pain and kind of walk us through that whole process?
Well, I drive trucks. I've been driving trucks for about 25 years, and I've been experiencing for 10 years pain on and off throughout my back and running down my leg. Well, about 3 years, it got a little bit worse. And 6 months prior to my surgery, it was just unbearable. So I ended up going to some doctors here in Georgia, and they pretty much they put epidural in my spine, different sections of my spine, and the problem still continued. The pain was still there. I went to a physical therapist. I was referred to, and the problem still continued. Anyways, my sister, she's a patient of Bonati, and she had surgery down there. And she went to some doctors here in Georgia, and one doctor even told her that there's nothing they can do, that she would have to just deal with it and take painkillers the rest of her life. So that's how I came about to going to Bonati.
So Jay, so your sister had a procedure done, and just what's an update on her? How's she feeling? How's she doing?
Oh, she's fantastic. She's doing great. She's up and around and enjoying life.
Perfect. And so your pain, if I'm following along, was attributed to the fact that you were a truck driver. I bet you guys see that a lot, right? Because I know
lifting heavy packages.
Yeah, and having a background in radio doing previous shows, we used to get calls from long distance truck drivers, and you're seated for so long that you end up with these nasty back problems. So that was really the source. Was your career of the pain?
Yes, most definitely. As a long haul truck driver, you'll have a shift of 10 to 11 hours sitting in the seat driving, and not only that, but the procedure of loading and unloading, and it was really hindering my performance. It really was. The loads that I do is time sensitive, so really don't have time to stop or lay down or what have you. So it was becoming a big problem. It really was. Yeah.
And so you already mentioned that your sister was a patient of Dr. Bonati and the Bonati Spine Institute and had great success. So I'm sure it was a no-brainer to give a call, right? And take us from there when you first made contact and you came down to Hudson.
Okay. Yes. Actually, my sister took me down there, and I met with Dr. Grossmith, and he was a wonderful doctor, and I had a session with him, and he looked at my my MRI, my X-rays, and sure enough, he pointed out this and this and this don't look right. And sure enough, I had my surgery, and about an hour later, I was walking and pain-free. So I really recommend it to every truck driver out there. Up to this day, I feel no pain behind my leg, my spine, nothing.
That's fantastic. So, so the actual procedure itself, I had the opportunity, even though I've been involved with the show for, probably like 6 or 7 months now. I never actually got to see the procedure happening until a week or two ago, and it's fascinating. So, so the procedure itself for you, when did you realize that you no longer felt pain? It was after you kind of came out of the operating room and woke up a little bit? Well,
actually, the leg pain is when I got up that same day, it was no longer there.
Oh, wow.
So I was really impressed. I was really impressed with the doctor, period. Like I said, he walked in that room, he looked at an MRI and the X-rays, and he said this and this and this, and sure enough, that's what it was. Versus the doctors in Georgia, they kind of experimenting, well, we'll put some epidural here, and next month we'll put some epidural here and there, and I feel like a guinea pig, to be honest with you.
I bet.
And so are you, you're on the road now, right? You're back to work as a driver?
Yes, I am. As a matter of fact, I am. And I feel great. I recommend it to every driver out there. As a matter of fact, I was at the terminal in Lumberton, North Carolina the other day, one of our terminals, and there was a driver complaining about his neck and his back. And he was taking some leave or something like that. He was taking a large amount. So anyways, I referred him to Bonati.
Perfect. Well, that's the best. We always hear that word of mouth is the greatest form of advertising, and every patient that we have, always speak so highly of the procedure and how they feel afterwards and how they feel now that I'm sure you go out of your way to tell people, and even if they don't want to hear it.
Yes.
They're like, I'm sick of hearing about your back. Excellent. Well, we appreciate you joining us, Jay, and and you're going to continue to live pain-free, let's hope.
Thank you, Jay.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Dr. Bonatti's here if you want to mention, say anything to him.
Thank you, Jay. Enjoy life.
Yes, thank you so much, and thank you. Your staff was wonderful. Great staff you have there. I was really impressed with everything. It was worth the drive. It really was. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Jay. Well, we appreciate it, and enjoy the rest of your day and continued pain-free living.
Thank you all very much.
And keep us up to date. If you start doing more activities, send us photos. I don't even care if it's by your truck doing stuff, because, when you're told different things can't happen and they do, it's exciting for us to know that we've been able to help.
Great. Fantastic. I will do that.
All right. Keep in touch.
All right, Jay.
I will.
Take care. All right. Another success story. We love it.
It is.
So if there's truckers listening or anybody else that has pain in their neck and back or leg, how do they get in touch?
Suffering with that radiating pain all the way down to their toes, they can reach out to the Bonatti Spine Institute at 855-267-0482 or 83 rather. Either one will bring you there, but 0483 or Bonatti.com. You're listening to American Medicine Today on News Radio 970 WFLA. After the break, well, we're going to talk a little bit about what else happens on American Medicine Today, both the TV and radio show.
I'm also looking forward to talking to Dr. Steinbeck a little bit later on. He's got this TMS therapy that helps
helping people with depression.
And he has an office right in Apollo Beach where people can get it done, so it's pretty cool.
And not invasive at all. That's what people will like. You're listening to News Radio 970 WFLA. We'll catch you on the flip side of the break. Revolutionary in his field, Dr. Bonatti created, perfected, and patented the Bonatti spine procedures. Using his genius, Bonatti invented precise tools necessary to minimize surgery, scarring, anesthesia, and recovery. So successful are the Bonatti spine procedures, they consistently reflect over 94% patient satisfaction. 45,000 successful procedures have been performed exclusively at our location. Nearly half our patients suffer from failed back and neck surgeries at other facilities. Bonatti succeeds where others fail. The Bonatti Spine Institute is proud to announce more than a 94% patient-reported success rate in over 45,000 patent-protected spine surgical procedures. Call us today at 855-267-0483 or visit us at Bonatti.com.
All my pain is gone. Today I am totally pain-free. Nothing. No after effect.
I'm pain-free, and I have had to take any pain medication.
Today I am pain-free for the first time in over a year, and it is so awesome.
I only wish I'd known about it earlier. Right now, I am completely without pain.
Sitting here in this office right now, pain-free, eager to enjoy the rest of my life.
I am feeling great.
I feel 100% better, like a new person.
Today I feel absolutely fantastic. It's just incredible, the relief I feel right now.
Today I'm completely pain-free.
During the procedure, I literally felt the pain melt away. It was fantastic.
I feel so good.
It took care of my headaches instantly.
It's incredible. It's really incredible.
It gave me my life back.
It's just wonderful.
I feel fantastic.
It is just absolutely amazing.
So I'm hoping to be climbing hills in a few weeks.
Revolutionary in his field, Dr. Bonatti created, perfected, and patented the Bonatti spine procedures. Using his genius, Bonatti invented precise tools necessary to minimize surgery, scarring, anesthesia, and recovery. So successful are the Bonati spine procedures, they consistently reflect over 94% patient satisfaction. 45,000 successful procedures have been performed exclusively at our location. Nearly half our patients suffer from failed back and neck surgeries at other facilities. Bonati succeeds where others fail.
You're listening to American Medicine Today, presented by the Bonati Spine Institute, featuring the internationally acclaimed inventor of the Bonati spine procedures, Alfred Bonati, MD. Once again, here are Dr. Bonati and your host, Kimberly Brumell.
Thanks for listening to American Medicine Today. I am Kimberly Brumell, joined by...
Did you forget your name for a minute there?
I did, went to stumble. I'm like, who am I?
Who am I? What am I doing here?
Well, I'm Kimberly Brumell.
Yes, you are.
And I'm joined by our executive producer, Ethan Euchre, back
Yes,
from
ma'am.
New York City.
I am here.
And as well, we have world-renowned orthopedic surgeon, Dr. Alfred Bonati of the Bonati Spine Institute.
I'm here too.
Are you?
Oh, he's a man of a few additional words this time.
Yes. Not just hello. That's usually all you get from Dr. Bonati.
Well, we have some exciting news. Not only do we have the radio show American Medicine Today, heard noon to 1 on News Radio 970, but as well, we're also seen on local ABC affiliate, WFTS ABC 28, Saturday evenings at 7. Well, coming up midway through August, I want to say around the 10th maybe, but whatever that Saturday is, we're going to be going national with our American Medicine Today television program, and that's going to be seen nationally on Fox Business News from 9 to at least 9:30 and possibly till 10. So it's something new and exciting.
That's scary. It's one thing if there's a handful of people around the Bay Area
Right.
that are looking at our ugly mugs. Not, well, you excluded from that, but Dr. Bonati and I are ugly mugs.
Talk about you.
I might have to pick up a book and start reading.
But the fact that we're going to go national, I mean, that's big. That's huge.
It is.
And now, we're going to have the powdered makeup on, and what is it called? The stuff under the eyes. Concealer.
Concealer. That's
Yeah.
it. Yes.
I'm not used to that.
No.
I'm not used to having
You're
the makeup
getting
put on.
used to it, though.
Well, I've only been associated with one of the television shows so far, and the wife bought a new puppy, and the puppy has been keeping me awake all damn night. So I go, I get up and I go to tape the show with you guys, the TV show, and she's, putting some powder makeup on to get rid of the shine, and then she goes, "Ooh, I have glasses on." She goes, "Take off your glasses." She goes, "Someone not been sleeping well lately? You've got these big dark bags under your eyes." She was like ripping me apart. She goes, "You need concealer. You need this." I was like, "See, I'm a radio guy. I'm not used to this."
Now I know why you come back so fast from New York. Your wife is replacing you with a puppy.
With animals, yeah. I was afraid she would end up with a ranch somewhere full of cattle and livestock if I didn't come back and put the kibosh on it all.
Oh.
Yeah. But that's big news. That's cool.
It is. And American Medicine Today has its own Facebook page. And not only that, but if you're listening and you have a Twitter account, tweet at Dr. Bonati or hashtag American Medicine Today, because we always want to hear from you, the listener.
And apparently we have a huge following in Turkey.
And India.
And India.
Well, because we're international, not only do we have that, but what is it called? WeBeam TV?
WeBeam TV. WeBeam.
TV.com
There you go.
is also seen internationally. So some pretty big stuff here. So if you're a fan, definitely reach out to us. Let us know about show topics, comments. We're more than happy to take a listen and see what the viewers think.
Absolutely. I know, Dr. Bonati, you had something that you wanted to get into here.
Yeah, I want to know what I want to know what you guys are going to do in Fox business.
What are we going to do?
Yeah,
I don't know. Do we need a game plan?
We're going to show you doing some surgeries, and we already had Ethan in because I think he needed to know what it was all about. It's one thing to hear about it; it's another when you actually see the procedures being done.
Yeah, I've been going. I've been a part of at least the radio show for going on. I mean, we're coming up on 7-8 months probably at least.
It'll be a year in November.
And I still haven't seen an actual procedure. And then Kimberly said, "You know what? You're going to watch a procedure, and you're going to watch 2 procedures, not even just one." And it was so cool. I had heard Jeff Wagstaff talk about it, about how, he goes, it was like seeing God. It was like seeing God work. And I thought, okay, dude, all right. But I went in and but he was actually very excited.
They were talking about the anesthesiologist.
No, it's amazing.
Yeah, just the fact that you have that, what is that called? The dilation tube? A little metal tube like the size of a nickel or a dime.
Right. It's a dilating tube. And then he has the instruments, and they're not just anybody's instruments, but they're instruments that he made.
The Dr. Bonatti designed. And and the fact that it's projected on a screen, it's magnified, and it just blows you away to know that it looks really huge, like 400 times magnification. And then you look at Dr. Bonatti, and he's got the tools down in this tiny little tube, and he's barely moving his hands. But up on the screen, and there's a drill that I saw, and the nurse was telling me that the drill head is the size of a mustard seed. I'm like, what?
Amazing things.
And he's in there moving around and making things happen.
And the laser, it's one of many instruments, not the only instrument that's utilized in his procedure, and that's why it is top of the line and able to exactly pinpoint the root of somebody's problem.
And that was cool too. It almost sounds like an M16 or something when you start hitting that.
Yeah, it's like
your foot pedals like pop, 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 pop with a laser, and there's flashes of light. It was just really cool. I enjoyed the experience.
And now you know why I'm so happy. I just play games with the television the whole day.
He plays video games, except
it's absolutely an amazing procedure, and I'm constantly in awe every time I see it.
Absolutely. Well, and I appreciate you guys letting me come by and watch. Watching the rock star in action, Dr. Bonatti.
It's unlike anything I've ever seen, and I've watched multiple surgeries, and I could watch a million more and not get tired.
You guys have so much BS.
It's not BS when it's true.
He's very humble. His face gets red. He doesn't like patting himself on the back. But with the remaining 2 minutes of the segment, sir, why don't you talk about the shortage of doctors? I know that was a topic that's touching home with you.
Well, Obama, everything that he does, he doesn't have any common sense, so he doesn't plan anything. He just pop on the system and then get the things total messed up. I really believe that his desire is to disorganize this country. That too bad that it's going to take us 20 years of a Republican type of a thought to control the damage. Look what's happening. They're going to have around 30 million people that are going to come to be served by these Obama care programs. Well, we're already short of doctors. And this situation is going to create not only a problem on the service, it's going to create a problem on the training, because he, in his wisdom, also is suspending money that is the government gave to the schools of medicine to train physicians. So this is also shortening that amount of money. So it's not only it's going to be a short of doctors, at the same time it's going to be a short of trained doctors. So the next thing that's going to happen is also is going to age the population of physicians in the next probably 6, 7, 10 years. Is going to be a shortage of 250,000 doctors are going to retire.
That's frightening. Yeah. Wow.
And then who do you have left? What pharmacists?
Well, they're going to be serving the population of the United States, the nurses, the physician assistants, and the pharmacists probably, because it's the only area that was not disorganized, because the pharmaceutical products defense that area. They want really to don't have physicians responsible of the healthcare.
I'm very excited. I know we're up against a break. We got Dr. Stybeck coming up.
We do. He's going to talk about TMS therapy and how it's helping people with severe and or mild depression. So we can't wait to hear about that. You're listening to News Radio 970 WFLA. After the break, you'll hear more from American Medicine Today.
Revolutionary in his field, Dr. Bonatti created, perfected, and patented the Bonatti spine procedures. Using his genius, Bonatti invented precise tools necessary to minimize surgery, scarring, anesthesia, and recovery. So successful are the Bonatti spine procedures, they consistently reflect over 94% patient satisfaction. 45,000 successful procedures have been performed exclusively at our location. Nearly half our patients suffer from failed back and neck surgeries at other facilities. Bonatti succeeds where others fail.
The Bonati Spine Institute is proud to announce more than a 94% patient-reported success rate in over 45,000 patent-protected spine surgical procedures. Call us today at 855-267-0483 or visit us at bonati.com.
All my pain is gone. Gone.
Today I am totally pain-free. Nothing. No after effect.
I'm pain-free, and I have had to take any pain medication.
Today I am pain-free for the first time in over a year, and it is so awesome.
I only wish I'd known about it earlier. Right now, I am completely without pain.
Sitting here in this office right now, pain-free, eager to enjoy the rest of my life.
I am feeling great.
I feel 100% better, like a new person.
Today I feel absolutely fantastic. It's just incredible the relief I feel right now.
Today I'm completely pain-free.
During the procedure, I literally felt the pain melt away. It was fantastic.
I feel so good.
It took care of my headaches instantly.
It's incredible. It's really incredible. It gave me my life back.
It's just wonderful. I feel fantastic.
It is just absolutely amazing.
So I'm hoping to be climbing hills in a few weeks.
Revolutionary in his field, Dr. Bonati created, perfected, and patented the Bonati spine procedures. Using his genius, Bonati invented precise tools necessary to minimize surgery, scarring, anesthesia, and recovery. So successful are the Bonati spine procedures, they consistently reflect over 94% patient satisfaction. 45,000 successful procedures have been performed exclusively at our location. Nearly half our patients suffer from failed back and neck surgeries at other facilities. Bonati succeeds where others fail.
You're listening to American Medicine Today, presented by the Bonati Spine Institute, featuring the internationally acclaimed inventor of the Bonati spine procedures, Alfred Bonati, MD. Once again, here are Dr. Bonati and your host, Kimberly Brumell.
Thanks for listening to American Medicine Today. I'm Kimberly Brumell. With us, we have world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. Alfred Bonati of the Bonati Spine Institute. We have Ethan Euchre here, and we have our in-studio guest. I'm proud to introduce Dr. Jason Stybeck, and he has a practice in Apollo Beach, and they go over what's called TMS therapy. Now, you know, because I said it to you between the break, what it was called, but why don't you let our listeners know what TMS therapy is and what it stands for?
TMS therapy is transcranial magnetic stimulation therapy, and it's a new way to treat depression in the brain without medications. It's actually using magnetic pulses to the portion of the brain that is the depression center, and the thought process is using magnetic pulses as an electrical stimulus turns on and off the neurons of the brain where the depression centers have been turned off. And so we actually try to turn the brain back on in the area that people suffer from depression.
Tell me a little bit, where exactly you put the electrodes?
The machine is called NeuroStar, and it actually gives a very point-specific magnetic pulse to the left frontal portion of the brain, the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex. And the machine, how we derive certain areas of the brain, we go through the homunculus where we can determine the motor cortex, and the machine puts does some calculations and tells us right where to put the magnetic pulses in the left frontal portion of the brain. So this is a very controlled way to treat the brain instead of the old school technique of electroshock treatment, which is a depolarizing seizure for about 2 minutes that globally gives the brain a seizure and depolarizes it, and that used to be the gold standard of depression.
Yeah, Dr. Styback, I wanted to actually bring that up because that was one of the first things I thought of when I was reading about this. I'm thinking you're sticking magnets on somebody's forehead and kind of sending a current through their brain. It reminded me of electroshock therapy, even though it's clearly much more modern and much safer, correct?
Yes.
Correct. With the old ECT, you have to go to a hospital. You need an anesthesiologist. They put you to sleep. They depolarize your head with a magnetic current, and you can't remember anything for the next month or so. You come to the office, you lay in a chair, you watch television, and we do this procedure over about 40 minutes, and you're able to go back to work and drive to work, and there's no sedation, there's no side effects to this treatment.
And you're in a better mood too.
Let's clarify a little bit this thing, because what you both just discussed scared the half of the population.
It's not scary though. I tried it.
That's why I brought it up.
That's exactly because you tried it. Now, are you emotionally unstable right now?
Like she wasn't before? Come on now.
Let me tell you one thing is, let's clarify for the public this. What Dr. Styback is trying to say is the brain, the part of the brain where the emotions are, where the depression starts, where the problems, emotional problems are located. It's on the left side, on the frontal lobe. And that is the area that is being targeted for control when you use the all procedure. This is the granddaughter of that procedure. Is clean, is properly designed, is incredible target. So without stealing his idea, I just want to tell you, I'm extremely happy that you can give that information to the public, because it's a lot of people who has depression. I think it's around 70 million people or something like that they have depression in the country. But you know something? You have states of depression. You have really acute depressions, and you have minor depressions, mild depressions. If this procedure is something like what that you are saying, you can treat some of these mild depressions and have an incredible good result, but also you can treat the bigger depressions and have the same result. So talk us a little bit about that. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, the FDA actually approved this device for treatment of severe major depression after failure of one medication. So they've kind of opened it up that say, hey, you fail one medicine, you have depression, you can do this. But, there's other organizations out there that say you have to fail off of 4 drugs, some antipsychotic medications, and that all of these drugs have serious side effects, and they really the patients come, they're like, I can't remember it. They have sexual dysfunction. My mood. There's so many different things out there that all of these medications, side effect wise, they have black box warnings that, this has no systemic effects to it except for the magnetic pulse tapping on the brain. We can do this treatment on a pregnant patient and have no side effects to the fetus.
It's incredible what you're saying. One of the important things what you're saying is I am a physician who really tried to fight, put the patients in medicines. I'm very disgusted how I see in television the tremendous amount of input that the companies of the pharmaceutical companies put in television for advertisement and push people to buy medications that they are really, some of them, very dangerous. And in the depression type of a treatment, it's horrendous. These people are zombies. And if you need to force the people to be taking 4 treatments and still don't have good results and then try this one, should be the reverse. This one should be the very initial type of a treatment, so you can capture the people who has a minor problems, and instead to put them in a horrendous medications that they are going to remove your memory, your connection with the world, and your activities, and your work, and being practically sheltered as a depressed people. So even nobody will hire you. So the social responsibility that you are taking here is enormous, but at the same time is fantastic, because if you can use the treatments in the initial stage, then you always can save for individuals that they really need these medications for the later stage. But you cannot reverse that, and that's what's going to be the big fight. They're going to try to put first medications before you treat this one, and I think you are on the right path. We need to treat this one initially to the patients, and then use the medications if we fail.
Right. I mean, this treatment's only been out for 6 years, and probably nobody's ever heard of it. But the results of this, even after somebody has been treated with 4 medicines. When you're treated with 4 medicines, the probability of going in remission from your depression is about 7% in the STAR-D trial. This Neurostar did their data, and even after people were treated with 4 medicines, we had a 37% remission rate of depression. So we got people with no depression about 30% of the time. We got about 66% to 85% felt better after the treatment. So it's really a remarkable thing. Even if you failed off of all of these drugs, we still have treatment options for you.
Is this typically just one treatment or multiple treatments? And what are the long-term? You just kind of hit upon the long-term results, but do people have to keep coming back, or is it kind of one and done and you're good for a while?
No, that the treatments are over a 4 to 6 week treatment panel for about 40 minutes each time you have to come in. So we do people at noontime, in between their work, or in the morning, or even after they get back from work. But you have to do it at least probably for 4 weeks to 6 weeks. But we see people feel difference after the first treatment. They feel like something's been lifted. They might stop. They might sleep better. This treatment is being studied for various different things. Migraine headaches. When we treat people that have depression and migraine headaches, they don't have migraine headaches. I have one lady that hadn't had a migraine headache in 6 months. So It's not FDA approved for that, but it's being studied for that. Alzheimer's disease,
Parkinson's. I was reading.
Parkinson's
stroke,
disease.
things like. Can you do it to my wife and manipulate her brain so she doesn't want to shop all the time?
That might be a different area of the
That
brain.
might make her depressed.
It wouldn't.
That could backfire.
It'd make me happy.
Don't worry. Just make more money than that you're psychologically safe.
That's the key.
Yeah.
The more you make, the more you spend, though. That's the problem.
So people can feel better. I treated one lady that she was 70 years old, and she was depressed since she was in her teenage years. And after 1 week, she said, "I'm not depressed anymore."
Wow.
And I've seen her back 6 months later, 7 months later, still not depressed. So
you're based out of Apollo Beach, right, Dr. Steibeck?
That's correct.
And how do people get in touch with you if they're interested in TMS therapy?
We have a Brandon area TMS website. You can call the office, Brandon Area Primary Care, and looking up online. We do TMS treatment in the area, and we'd be more than happy to take any phone calls and consultations.
Very cool.
Yeah, you can reach out to them at 813-645-4068. We really appreciate you being on the program, Dr. Steibeck.
I might even give this a try because, I mean, I seem to be rather cheery at times, but I've suffered from depression my whole life. It runs in my family. So might be something I'll check out myself and let you know how I feel afterwards.
And also, I just want to bring up, he talked about different entities trying to say people needed to be on 4 medications before they try this. I think Medicare was part of that. So
one of the things that these types of products that are being on the market today, that they are advanced medicine, they shouldn't be messing with the government.
Correct.
The government is a corrupted, stupid type of a system. So do not work with that. The people can pay, and I'll tell you this, the important thing is if you have good results, the success is there.
Right.
Yeah.
Your mental health and severe depression and family people that want to kill themselves with suicide, we can make them better.
Yeah, all right.
Absolutely. And that's something that probably they should be looking to the poor veterans that they are committing suicides in the country.
For sure.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're up against a break. Kimberly, if people want to get in touch with the Bonati Spine Institute, how do they do so?
Well, they can reach out at 855-267-0483 or visit bonati.com. Thank you for listening to American Medicine Today. After the break, you're going to hear more about what's new in American Medicine Today. You're listening to News Radio 970, WFLA.
Revolutionary in his field, Dr. Bonati created, perfected, and patented the Bonati spine procedures. Using his genius, Bonati invented precise tools necessary to minimize surgery, scarring, anesthesia, and recovery. So successful are the Bonati spine procedures, they consistently reflect over 94% patient satisfaction. 45,000 successful procedures have been performed exclusively at our location. Nearly half our patients suffer from failed back and neck surgeries at other facilities. Bonati succeeds where others fail.
The Bonati Spine Institute is proud to announce more than a 94% patient-reported success rate in over 45,000 patent-protected spine surgical procedures. Call us today at 855-267-0483 or visit us at bonati.com.
All my pain is gone. Gone.
Today I am totally pain-free. Nothing. No after effect.
I'm pain-free, and I have had to take any pain medication.
Today I am pain-free for the first time in over a year, and it is so awesome.
I only wish I'd known about it earlier. Right now, I am completely without pain.
Sitting here in this office right now, pain-free, eager to enjoy the rest of my life.
I am feeling great.
I feel 100% better, like a new person.
Today I feel absolutely fantastic. It's just incredible, the relief I feel right now.
Today I'm completely pain-free.
During the procedure, I literally felt the pain melt away. It was fantastic.
I feel so good.
It took care of my headaches instantly.
It's incredible. It's really incredible. It gave me my life back.
It's just wonderful.
I feel fantastic.
It is just absolutely amazing.
So I'm hoping to be climbing hills in a few weeks.
Revolutionary in his field, Dr. Bonati created, perfected, and patented the Bonati spine procedures. Using his genius, Bonati invented precise tools necessary to minimize surgery, scarring, anesthesia, and recovery. So successful are the Bonati spine procedures, they consistently reflect over 94% patient satisfaction. 45,000 successful procedures have been performed exclusively at our location. Nearly half our patients suffer from failed back and neck surgeries at other facilities. Bonati succeeds where others fail.
You're listening to American Medicine Today, presented by the Bonati Spine Institute, featuring the internationally acclaimed inventor of the Bonati spine procedures, Alfred Bonati, MD. Once again, here are Dr. Bonati and your host, Kimberly Brumell.
Thank you for listening to American Medicine Today this Saturday afternoon. I'm Kimberly Brumell, joined by world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. Alfred Bonati of the Bonati Spine Institute and our executive producer, Ethan Euchre.
Glad to be here as always, for sure. We're going to check in. We actually, last segment, we're talking to Dr. Stiebeck about his TMS therapy to cure depression. It uses magnets and things like that. It's very, very fascinating. And Dr. Bonati asked that he stick around for
One more segment.
This segment.
Let's look at what's new in medicine today, featuring Alfred Bonati, MD.
All you, Dr. Bonati.
Jason, I am very, very, very impressed with this. It's something that is shocking to see that this is a situation that we need to address. And I'm trying to bring you back to insist on this because the amount of population can benefit from this service is enormous. it's around 19 million of Americans that they are suffering of a major depression. And as you said in your explanation, this breakthrough is 2/3 of such patients responded to TMS, and half achieved a major remission. Mm-hmm. Would you expand a little bit on this one, because I think we have the horse reverse. We have the horse on the back and the carriage in the front, and I think we need to put the direction here. If you treat the patients first with this procedure, mm-hmm. then you will cut all these medications, all these expenses, and all these people walking like zombies. Tell us a little bit more about this procedure. How you envision that this needs to be treated, and how you envision that this needs to be directed to the public.
Right. Like the FDA says, after failure of one medicine, you can start TMS therapy on anybody as long as they're depressed. But really, people by the time they've come and seen me, they're already been on 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 medicines. So yeah, after that, the studies that they did, 37% remission. That means no more depression. After even these people have tried 4 drugs. If you've only been on 1 drug or no drugs, the success rate should be phenomenally better. And the patients that we've treated in our office, they've all gotten better. I haven't had like 1 failure, so it's a really remarkable treatment. It's treating depression in the 21st century, which everything else has been back years and years ago.
Yeah, one of the things that the application is incredible. You have really a very important subject here on females. The postpartum depression is horrendous, mm-hmm. and it's not being treated because the mothers are very concerned about how they're going to feed the children with medication on their body, and then transport the medication to the milk and the milk to the baby. So they suffer this enormous amount of responsibility. At the same time, they go to the depression, and that depression is pretty bad.
Well, yeah, Dr. Bonati, we've seen people, we've seen some of these women, I think most recently was the woman, was it in Daytona Beach, that drove her van into the water with all the kids in it?
Yeah. But can you imagine if we put the horse in front of the carriage, and this treatment that is inexpensive, that extremely, if you're telling me that 2/3 of the people who have major depressions can be treated and being cured, there's no reason to wait for medications or any type of a intrusion in the body of the people before we try this procedure. This procedure is uninvasive. This procedure is totally healthy. This procedure takes very little time to do it and can be done in the office visit. So I encourage absolutely people who has this type of a problem to talk to you.
Right. The treatment's on average 4 to 6 weeks. We do it every day, Monday through Friday. It takes about 40 minutes of somebody's time. They feel better after the first week. Some people feel better after the first day. We can make sometimes their headaches go away. It's being studied in other realms of medicine. So we're talking about depression today, but eventually this might be something that the brain is something that's been it's been studied, but it's still unknown to science, and the same way with back pain and how that works and how that affects people. So
we touched upon it a little bit in the last segment about treating veterans with PTSD. Is that something you get into at all, or? Well, it's a big military town here, is why I asked. So I'm sure there's some soldiers listening that think, "Hey, if this can help me, then I want to go see Dr. Stybic." Right.
The government is probably one of the biggest supporters of the NeuroStar and their treatment. It's such a new and revolutionary breakthrough, but nobody knows about it. So, and the government has protocols to even put this kind of treatment into effect. So you're dealing with, we're talking about it now, and in 5 years from now, you might actually hear somebody getting treated at the VA with this. So they can come down to my office and get treated and be doing much better than they've ever done before in their life. And maybe they've suffered for 30 years, and we can fix that. So,
yeah, the problem, yes.
Absolutely life-changing.
Just said it was life-changing.
Yeah, the problem with the government, I am an individual who hates government. And I hate politicians and I hate government. I really think those two are something that should be obsolete from the life of a country. But the important thing here is that if you look that this treatment at the VA is something that you're touching something specific when it can be broad, the treatment. You should treat this one for depression. You should treat for anything that's important that can treat the soldiers and give the soldiers a possibility of survival. If you have every day 22 vets are committing suicide, majority of the problem is depression. So if these people can be treated for something like that and can be placed in these monitors and have access to the service, I think that's what the government should do, instead to be acquiring the instrument, sitting the instrument on the back door and not releasing and treating the people properly. They are experimenting with one little part of the results of the war, when this one should be wide open, should go to depression and then to any other thing that it can do.
Yeah, correct.
All right. Well, we appreciate you stopping by once again, Dr. Styback. And real quickly, if people do want to get in touch and they're interested in your TMS therapy, how do they do so?
We have a website, Brandon Area TMS Therapy, and they can call us 813-645-4068.
You are listening to American Medicine Today on News Radio 970 WFLA. We'll see you next week.
Thanks.
Revolutionary in his field, Dr. Bonati created, perfected, and patented the Bonati spine procedures. Using his genius, Bonati invented precise tools necessary to minimize surgery, scarring, anesthesia, and recovery. So successful are the Bonati spine procedures, they consistently reflect over 94% patient satisfaction. 45,000 successful procedures have been performed exclusively at our location. Nearly half our patients suffer from failed back and neck surgeries at other facilities. Bonati succeeds where others fail.
The Bonati Spine Institute is proud to announce more than a 94% patient-reported success rate in over 45,000 patent-protected spine surgical procedures. Call us today at 855-267-0483 or visit us at bonati.com.
All my pain is gone. Gone.
Today I am totally pain-free. Nothing. No after effect.
I'm pain-free, and I have had to take any pain medication.
Today I am pain-free for the first time in over a year, and it is so awesome.
I only wish I'd known about it earlier. Right now, I am completely without pain.
Sitting here in this office right now, pain-free, eager to enjoy the rest of my life.
I am feeling great.
I feel 100% better, like a new person.
Today I feel absolutely fantastic. It's just incredible, the relief I feel right now.
Today I'm completely pain-free.
During the procedure, I literally felt the pain melt away. It was fantastic.
I feel so good.
It took care of my headaches instantly.
It's incredible. It's really incredible. It gave me my life back.
It's just wonderful. I feel fantastic.
It is just absolutely amazing.
So I'm hoping to be climbing hills in a few weeks.
Revolutionary in his field, Dr. Bonati created, perfected, and patented the Bonati spine procedures. Using his genius, Bonati invented precise tools necessary to minimize surgery, scarring, anesthesia, and recovery. So successful are the Bonati spine procedures, they consistently reflect over 94% patient satisfaction. 45,000 successful procedures have been performed exclusively at our location. Nearly half our patients suffer from failed back and neck surgeries at other facilities. Bonati succeeds where others fail.